Namaste. Welcome to your restorative yoga practice. We will be mostly on the mat today with the first posture up against the wall. So if you have some wall space to use, I move your mat over there. You can also use a chair instead of wall space. So if you don't have that luxury, just grab a chair or modify as best as you can. You'll also need some kind of rolled up blanket or a couch cushion, a yoga bolster, something wide and thick and supportive, as well as any other props you like to have for a restorative practice. Some pillows or cushions that are about the same height, same thickness, and a yoga block if you have that available to yourself as well. You want to get super cozy, so take note of the temperature in your room. If it's really cold, maybe grab a blanket or a sweater to have. Maybe you want to lay another blanket on top of your mat to make it a little extra cushiony and extra cozy. So take a few minutes to gather whatever you need if you're not already ready. And we'll meet against the wall or with your legs up against the chair if you're taking that variation for legs up the wall pose. So for legs up the wall, you can just scoot your hips as close to the wall as you can. Lower on down to your back, and then bring the legs just up the wall. Your knees may bend a little bit here as your heels begin to drag down towards the floor, and that's just fine. You want to find a posture of complete relaxation, so you don't have to hold your legs up or feel like you have to straighten the knees and press them against the wall. Just kind of let yourself naturally fall into the posture, allowing the back to relax onto the floor, onto the mat, allowing the blood flow to reverse. We spend most of our time on our feet, or at least upright with the feet beneath us. So just reversing this flow, allowing everything, stress, whatever's going on, to just drain down from the legs into the hips, out through the breath. So beginning to introduce some deep breathing here. Fully exhaling, squeezing out the lungs. Inhaling fully. Maybe allowing the belly to rise first and then the chest. Inhaling and exhaling out through the nose. Allow the shoulders to rest against the earth. Allow the low back to gently release onto the floor. Maybe even softening the eyes closed. Relaxing the jaw. And allowing the body to arrive in this shape. Breathing through any sensations. Inhaling your awareness to right here, right now. Exhaling any unhelpful thoughts. Exhaling any distracting thought patterns. Allowing yourself, giving yourself permission to find rest. As you breathe here, soften the knees a little more. Maybe your heels begin to descend down the wall a little bit more. And as you continue to bring your awareness back to the breath, notice where in the body the breath gets a little stuck. Maybe a tight muscle or a knot. Maybe a stuck emotion, something you're holding back. Maybe it's more in the thinking brain of having a hard time staying present. Embrace these stuck spots with the inhale, acknowledge them. And then exhale, release your judgment, expectation, desire for that sensation, that feeling, those thoughts. Gently allowing yourself to back away from identifying with these thoughts and sensations. Becoming a conscious observer. Rest. Deep belly inhale. Slow, long exhale out through the nose. We'll take just another minute here. See if you can relax a little further. On your next exhale, press out as much air as you can. Filling up on the inhale. And then gently allowing the knees to lower towards your chest as your feet drag down the wall or hug your knees in from the chair. Give yourself a minute to recalibrate. And then gently begin to press yourself away from the wall. So you can lower your knees to one side. Taking a moment here, resting, curled in towards yourself. Before gently pressing yourself up to sits, coming back to the mat. Maybe moving the chair out of the way. We're going to grab our pillows, props, whatever you have at your disposal, and gently make our way to a supine twist. We're going to start with the knees to the right and the arm, the gaze to the left. So taking your time, slowly lowering on down to your back. Maybe you spend a moment here. At any time, you're welcome to take any in-between postures that might feel good, whatever your body's calling for. We all experience movement and breath a little differently. So honor your bodies by taking a few little side-to-side movements or deep breaths at any point throughout class. When you're ready to move into your twist, shift the hips to the left and lower the knees down onto your props on the right. You may find that a pillow between the knees is helpful. Maybe one behind your upper back. Maybe something totally different. You want to be nice and comfortable. You want to feel grounded and supported, able to release out of the physical body. So the more subtle body, the ligaments and tendons, the fascia can do its thing and release as well. So knees to the right, left arm extends over the left side of the mat. Maybe your gaze follows over the left shoulder. Adjust your props as you need. And then begin to sink into stillness. And then begin to sink into stillness. For those of us with long agendas, a tendency to want to be on the move, overly productive, it can be hard to allow ourselves time to be still, to slow down. This practice is for you. This practice is for me. Embrace the racing heart, the racing thoughts. And exhale, soften, slow down the heart rate. Remind yourself that rest is part of the productivity cycle. Nurturing your physical body, checking off the to-do list of health, of your own joy, of your own needs, is just as important, if not more, than checking off the things on your work or home to-do list. As we settle into our twist, notice the sensations of the body, the warmth of your hand against your knee or wherever your hand lays, the lengthening in the left arm as it sprawls across the floor to your side. Maybe a little tweak in the back. Any other sensations you feel from this posture? Send your breath in, awareness of that area, and on your exhale, breathe out little words of love, thoughts of peace, relaxing sensations of the muscles. Let yourself become heavy and quiet. Breathing in deeply, breathing out slowly. Enjoy one more minute here. Inhale, fully lifting the gaze to the ceiling, drawing that left arm in, and roll completely to that right side, cradling your head between your hands. Slowly move any props away. And then lift the knees back to center as you roll onto your back. Find a quiet, silent movement here. For a round of breath, before gently shifting the hips to the right, lowering the knees to the left. Using your pillows and supportive objects to gently wiggle into your space, into your shape, as you extend the right arm long next to you and allow the gaze over the right shoulder. to fall with closed eyes or a softened gaze. Maybe bringing the left hand to your hip or your knee. Maybe bringing a pillow under your head or to prop up the low back. If you'd like a little bit more sensation in the posture, you can draw the knees up closer towards the chest. Or for a little less of a twist sensation, you can lower the knees towards the bottom of the mat. Find your supine twist. Find your awareness fully with the body. Inhaling, expanding. Exhaling, contracting. Allowing this natural rhythm to infiltrate the mind, the lungs, the blood flow, the thought flow. Finding that pause between the breath in and breath out as your step of rest. The place you land in between the forward or backward movement. That split second of rest, of non-doing. We embrace that step here in the restorative practice. Soften a little bit more into your twist. Noticing where you're holding yourself up. Inhale and exhale. Continue to allow the breath to lull you into a quiet, comforting space. Enjoy a few final rounds of deep breathing on this side. And as you're ready to release from the posture, use the breath in to bring the gaze back center towards the ceiling. And gently bring that right arm closer in towards your body and roll to the left side. Begin to extend the legs long. Roll onto your back. Shifting any props gently to the side as you reach your arms up overhead and point the toes, taking a stretch. Open mouth, exhale. Let's take one more of those. Inhale. Full breath out through the mouth. Bending the knees, walk the heels in towards your hips, preparing for supported bridge posture. Here you can use your pillows or a yoga block if you have one. Straighten the spine onto the mat. Plant the feet firmly down, starting with the heels, then the center of the foot, the big toe and the pinky toe mound, pressing all four corners of the feet onto the mat. Press the belly button down towards the spine, flattening the low back to the mat. And then tuck the tailbone, lifting the small arch of the low back. As you inhale, again, drawing the belly button inward, flattening that space of the low back to the mat. Exhaling, tucking the tailbone, lifting that arch. Returning to neutral. Press into the feet. Activate the thighs as you lift your hips up off the mat for bridge. And gently place whatever prop underneath your sacrum, finding a little sweet spot between the low back and the tailbone, where that lowest part of the spine can remain neutral. So we're not tilting the tailbone up or down. The space in the low back, that gentle arch, is neutral, neither overly arched or overly flat. It might take, again, a few wiggles to get that into the right spot. Or maybe you find your block is too high, you need to lower it down to the wider side. Or maybe you want to take pillows underneath you and not create so much of a lift. Gently wiggle the shoulder blades together underneath you to lift the heart space. Allow the chin to drop towards your chest slightly. Begin to quiet into your shape with the invitation to close the eyes or soften the gaze. Maybe you find your legs are wanting to open the knees and bring the soles of the feet together. Maybe you want to walk your feet wide to the edges of the mat and lower the knees in towards each other. Maybe you want to walk the feet away from the block or your prop and lengthen the legs long. Maybe some other variation. Gently make your way to finding peace within the body, physically. And allow that release to work its way through the breath to bring some peace to the mind. Rest. Allow the breathing to be the only relative movement you can detect. Taking in as much air softly through the nostrils. Allowing the breath out to bring a wave of calm over the body. Breathing in, breathing out. As the body relaxes, feel free to allow yourself to gently respond by slowly and mindfully adjusting your shape. And then come back to the simple awareness of the breath as we spend about 1 more minute here. Begin to deepen the inhales. Exhaling out a little more. Gently draw the knees together. Walk the heels back in. Flatten the palms to the earth. Engage the low belly by drawing the belly button in towards your spine, pressing down through the 4 corners of the feet to lift the low back up off your props. Gently remove them from underneath you, and in the slowest release you can, lower the back all the way to the mat until the tailbone touches. Spend a breath here. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, walk the feet away from you until you're lying flat on your back, legs long, toes pointed, another stretch. Exhale, hug the knees in towards your chest, slowly. Drawing the knees downward, tucking the chin. Or taking any other slow movements that you feel your body calling for as a counter to our last posture. Inviting rest to every movement. Eventually making your way to lying on the mat, legs straight. And then rolling to your belly. Slowly, no rush. Taking the smallest movements you can. Extend the right arm out long next to you. And bring the forehead to the mat. And gently roll to your right side, using your left palm to press into the mat to lift yourself up. Maybe pressing the left foot into the mat for a little extra support. As you find the right amount of sensation in that right shoulder, this is where we'll be. Feel free to prop yourself up, however you'd like. I'm going to bring my stack of pillows underneath that left leg with my knee bent, lowering that left knee onto the stack of pillows. You can also take that left arm up towards the ceiling, reaching it up and bending at the elbow. Bring the back of the left hand to the low back. Find whatever space, whatever shape your body wants to be in this posture. Then find your breath. Embrace the sensations on the inhale. Let go on the exhale. Breathing in, resting. Breathing out, resting. We'll begin to gently make our way to the other side. Again, the tiniest movements to extend the legs long. Slowly pull the props aside so you can roll to your belly. Draw the hands on either side of your chest. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears, and then exhale them down your back as you lift your heart for a little baby cobra. Just a breath in here. And use the exhale to slowly lower the forehead to the mat. Extend the left arm long. The forehead back down to the mat. And then roll to the left side, opening through that left shoulder. Again, using that top leg to prop yourself up. The right hand next to you. Using your comfy props to make the posture a little more comfortable. Try mirroring the posture that you took on the other side, seeing how this side of the body feels that way. You may need to make adjustments for one side that you didn't on the other. Use your breath and quiet movements to ease yourself into the posture, and then use your breath to find, rest. Softening, letting go, allowing yourself to feel good, to feel comforted, to embrace the quietness, the stillness, the being. Inhaling as fully as you can. Exhaling, pressing out the air, emptying the lungs. Take this moment to soften downward any further. And as you're ready, millimeter by millimeter, gently make your way back to your belly. With the palms on either side of your chest, the forehead on the mat. Press the shoulders away from the ears and the tops of the feet into the floor. On your inhale, peeling the heart off the mat, lifting the chest, keeping the neck straight and the gaze downward for our baby cobra. One more breath in and exhale. Soften down towards the mat. Then gently press yourself up to tabletop. Walk the knees in and find a comfortable seated posture in the center of the mat. Maybe lifting the hips up on a prop. Lengthen through the spine. And allow the hands to rest gently on the knees. On an inhale, pull the chest forward through the shoulders as you drop your head back, opening the throat, taking a deep breath in as you arch your back. And then exhaling slow motion, curling in towards yourself, tucking the chin, pressing the shoulder blades towards the back of the room. Curving in, finding a cow or a cat-like back. Inhaling, finding now the cow-like posture. Inhaling, opening the chest, dropping the head back if that's okay for your neck, and exhaling, curling in. Continuing with this slowed down version of a seated cat and cow. Exaggerating as little or as much as you feel you need to find rest. Not aiming for anything. There's nothing to achieve. Just allow yourself to be in the body, in the breath. Feel good movements. Take as many of those cat and cow postures as you like. Eventually meeting back in a neutral spine, seated upright. Once you're there, draw the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale them down your back. Inhaling them up. Exhale down the back. Inhale the shoulders up. Keep them squeezed up towards your ears. Begin to lift the arms all the way up so they're overhead. And then exhale, release the shoulders. Press them down. Your elbows might bend a little bit. Then release the arms out like a T. Take some circles with the arms one direction. And then slowly stop and go the opposite way. Bring them back out to a T. Exhale, lower the right hand, reach the left arm up. Taking a little side body stretch. Exhale back to center. Lowering both hands to the mat. Inhale, bring them back up to a T. Exhale, lower the left hand, reach the right arm up. Opening through that right side body. Exhale back to center, lowering that right hand down. Clasp the fingertips behind your back or press the arms back like airplane arms. Inhale, lift the heart and the gaze. Exhale, seated yoga mudra. Slowly fold forward, bringing the arms up overhead. Still pressing the shoulders away from the ears, letting the head hang heavy. Press down through the legs and the sitting bone, hug the belly in as you slowly lift yourself back up. Once upright, release the hands, bring them out in front of you, and inhale, lift them up parallel as they reach up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus arms. Extend the right arm out long, lower the left fingertips to the earth, and drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Breathing in towards the right side of the neck, finding that little spot, or maybe it's not so little for you, of tension in the right side of the neck and the shoulder. Find the spot that needs a little love. Inhale into there. Exhaling, sending softness, release. And take 3 rounds of unhurried breath here. Deep belly inhales. Extended exhales out through the nose. On your third exhale, slowly lower that right hand down. And just as slowly, if not more, begin to sit back upright, bringing the neck back to center. Turn the gaze over the left shoulder and back to center. Lift the left arm up, plant the right fingertips down. Reach out through that left arm and slowly drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Taking any little neck rolls or shoulder rolls you may need in between. And finding that spot on the left side where you can breathe in deeply towards tension on the left side of the neck and the shoulder. 3 rounds of deep, slow breathing here. After your final exhale, slowly lower that left hand down to the mat or next to you. Inhale, begin to sit up straight, bringing the neck back upright. And look over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Shrug the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale down the back, rolling them out a few times, maybe one at a time, whatever you need. Begin to press down through the sitting bones and the tailbone, lengthening through the spine. Lift the sternum, hug the belly in, tuck the chin. Tuck the chin as much as you can so you feel that stretch in the back of the neck. And then inhale, lift the gaze. Keep lifting, looking up towards the ceiling, dropping the head back however far feels appropriate for you. Full breath in at the top, open mouth, exhale. Bring the head back to neutral, dropping the chin. Shift forward to remove any props from underneath. I'm going to make our way to supported fish pose. So you'll want to prop up between the shoulder blades and still have the support for the head. So fish is opening up the throat area and the chest, but you do want your head and your neck to feel supported, especially if you have any neck issues. So take your time, lengthening the legs out on the mat, using pillows or a yoga block underneath the upper back, and allowing the back of the head to slowly melt towards the earth, maybe again supported on a block or a blanket. Again, any variation with the legs, you can bring the soles of the feet together, you can lengthen the legs long, you can bend the knees, anything in between. Find what serves you best, and then find stillness. Feel the shoulders and the arms melting down the sides of your props towards the earth. Encouraging the heart space to unlock, to slowly open from the center. Your true self beginning to shine through as it has found rest and release. Soften the jaw, soften the eyelids. Feel the legs also becoming heavy as gravity gently coaxes them closer towards the earth, to grounding. And just breathe here. Slowly, fully breath in. Slowly, fully, a breath out. Inhale one final deepest breath in you can take, so the heart lifts the back off the floor. And exhaling through open mouth. Slowly begin to bend into the knees, drawing the knees together. And then lowering them together one side as you slowly begin to roll off your pillows and props, curling into yourself on one side of the floor of the mat. Take a moment of rest here. And as you're ready, gently pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat in the center of the mat. Making yourself supported and cozy. Lengthening up through the spine. And we'll close out our practice with some pranayama, breathing exercise, balanced breath. Let's bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. Feeling the gentle rise and fall. full inhale, the releasing exhale. On your next breath out, press out as much air as you can. Squeezing the lungs, hugging the belly in. And then inhaling for a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And holding for a count of 8, or as best you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gentle release of the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we rest. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale with control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doing your best. 7, 8. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And holding in the emptiness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Full inhale. 1. Take your time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A gentle hold and rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Exhale slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And our final rest. 1, hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release the hands. Return to breathing normally. It is in the balance of intake and release. Those quiet, untaking, unmoving, unreleasing moments in between where we find that rest, where we are most present, neither taking nor giving, just being. As you're ready, gently release yourself to Shavasana. Make it as cozy and comfortable as you can. Lowering onto the back. Maybe bringing a rolled up blanket under your legs. Maybe you butterfly your legs and allow the knees to rest on pillows. Maybe you cover yourself with a blanket. You can also feel grounding and supportive to place a blanket across your hips. Enjoy the process of taking care of yourself, setting up for some quiet rest, tucking yourself in, staying present with each moment, each movement, feeling your self-care and comfort yourself. until you're finally warm, cozy, comfortable. Allow yourself to release even deeper than any of the previous exhales of class. Softening the bones if you could. Softening the belly and allowing the breath to take over naturally. Unclenching the jaw, allowing the tongue to loosen from the roof of the mouth, the corners of the eyelids melting down the sides of your face. Sensing the back of the head safe and supported on the earth beneath you. Rest. Rest. Rest.